Hey everybody, Lance Phillips here again for the Sports Cave's fourth installment of the weekly wrap. This week we're loaded with amazing stories from the world of sports, and we'll begin taking a look at a story we talked about in our last segment. You may remember we touched on John Scott, who was voted by fans to captain the Pacific Division team at the NHL's All-Star Game this weekend. He was then traded from Arizona to Montreal, which put his status to play in the game in doubt. Hockey Night in Canada's Don Cherry went on an epic rant where he made the following statement.
You tried to ruin it all, and you ruined this kid. He's in the minors, never to come back. I bet you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's it.
Well, Don, he did return. On Tuesday, the NHL announced Scott will be the Pacific team's captain, even though a team from the East pays him. In 35 seconds, Scott summed up how he feels about the whole situation.
It's really a weird situation I'm in, but at first I really kind of didn't want the attention on me, and I was just almost embarrassed, like they're making a joke out of me. But as things went on, I started to look at it through the positive side. Like, the fans like me, they obviously think I'd be fun in the game, and they don't do this for everybody. So I enjoy it. I appreciate the fan support, and I don't really know the bloggers who set this up, but yeah.
How can't you like this guy? The worst part about the whole situation is that fans didn't put him in an awkward spot. The NHL did. If the league had embraced this from the onset, everyone could have enjoyed the process for what it is, different. Scott's quote, "I started to look at it through the positive side," should have been the NHL's view all along. Enjoy the festivities, John. You're what fans want to see. In recent years, the NHL's fallen under heavy scrutiny for still allowing fighting in the game. Although enforcers are nearing extinction, they still exist, mainly in the AHL. One example is Brian McGrattan, who this week was on the losing side, in a big way, in a fight with San Antonio Rampage forward Daniel Magill. Warning, the following video is very graphic. Yikes. The wildest part? Afterwards, McGrattan told Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman, "It looked a lot worse than it was." No it didn't. You were knocked out, cold. Your brain smashed into the side of your skull, then your skull smashed into the ice. Look, with all the issues surrounding concussions and player safety, you'd think the NHL would deal with this once and for all. You can't fight in any other league without harsh consequences, so why the NHL? In the words of Jeremy Roenick, wake up, NHL.
Wake up. NHL, wake up.
Deal with this archaic part of the game before you have to not only bring out a stretcher to get a guy, but also a body bag. Good Guy Tennis was back at it again, this time taking the form of Aussie John Millman. In an Australian Open match against Diego Schwartzman, Millman voluntarily came to the aid of the Argentinian when Schwartzman suffered severe leg cramping, eventually being forced to withdraw from the tournament. Here's the sounds from the match.
I'm really sorry, okay? I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, okay? This is not nice for me to see. Sorry, mate, okay? I'm sorry. Can I get anything for you? Is anything? I've got salt tablets. Can that help? Sorry, Diego. I'm sorry.
Millman then ran to get water and Gatorade for his ailing opponent, walking with Schwartzman as he was wheeled off the court in a stretcher. Look, it's acts like these that make sports great, not trash-talking fools who only have an interest in one thing, themselves. John Millman wasn't the only tennis gentleman roaming the courts in Australia this week. Frenchman Joe-Wilfried Tsonga melted the hearts of women everywhere when he took it upon himself to stop play in the third set of his match Wednesday and attend to a ball girl who was feeling under the weather. One of the greatest parts of this is Tsonga actually noticed her crying, conduct that's incredibly unselfish. Tsonga said, "I saw she was in trouble. It was normal for me to help her out of the stadium. I hope she's okay." That is outstanding. Tsonga went on to win his match in straight sets, and the ball girl was fine. The Buffalo Bills made history Wednesday by hiring the NFL's first female full-time coach, naming Catherine Smith as special teams quality control coach. Smith served as administrative assistant to head coach Rex Ryan this season after working with the New York Jets for 12 years, including the final 6 under Ryan when he was the Jets head coach. In recent years, the Bills have been known for losing, but this move, it's all winning. Hopefully this spurns other teams to follow suit for women that are clearly qualified to hold coaching positions. Have you ever heard of the 942 crew? Rest assured, teams in the NCAA's Pac-12 conference have. 942 crew is the name of Arizona State University's basketball student section. This is the group of people responsible for devising a unique way of distracting a visiting team's free throw shooters. The curtain of distraction. It's simple magic. They have a curtain, and just before the opponent begins to shoot free throws, they open it and something ridiculous happens. Imagine standing at the line and having to shoot 2 baskets with this kind of business going on directly in front of you. Well, this week, Sheridan High School in Ohio used the curtain of distraction theme and took it to another level. It's so good, it's worth another look. Students chanted push, push, push as this dude right here gave birth to what looks like a healthy teenager, weighing in at 130 pounds, 6 ounces. Beauty. Remember the movie Rudy? The true story of Rudy Rudiger, who tried out for Notre Dame's football team in 1975 as a walk-on and made it. Fast forward 40 years, and Louisiana State University has its own Rudy. His name? Henry Shortis, a walk-on with the school's basketball program who was given the ultimate reward this week, a scholarship. Grab a tissue and watch LSU head coach Johnny Jones break the news to the junior.
We're excited about the efforts and stuff that Henry's been putting forward, and he's always thrived and did everything that he possibly could to be the best that he could be. He's made as much of an impact, I think, on this team as anybody, from the position that he's in, from where he's sit to being in the locker room, sitting in here, not afraid to voice or give his opinion on whatever the matter is. And he's never looked, and I don't think you guys have ever looked at him as a walk-on. And today I'm glad that you won't have an opportunity anymore. We're going to put Henry on scholarship.
LSU, for the win, it's good. Did we mention good guy tennis? Yeah, I know. This time Milos Raonic got in on the action at the Australian Open. After his 3rd round victory over Viktor Troicki, the 13th ranked Raonic sent an emotional message back to his homeland.
Today, before I stepped out on court, it was a difficult day back home. Unfortunately, in Saskatchewan, in a very small community, there was a shooting at a high school. So I want to take a moment and give thoughts to that community, the family, the students, and the school affected, and we wish you all the best. And just today's victory was for that community and a quick recovery, and all of Canada, and I'm sure the world is behind you. Thank you.
That is all class. Many athletes should and could take notice of this behavior. Well done, Milos. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Monday.